Good morning, everyone. It's the 4th of September 2023, and I wish I had some good news for you, but I don't. It's all bad. I loaded up my truck this morning and I looked at all the other bays of freight, and at this time of year there should be a hell of a lot more freight being transported hither and yon, but it's not. People don't have the money to buy shit because we are in a recession right now, and we're only a reflection of the economic problems other countries are having as well. So I think we're heading for a worldwide economic crisis. And I've heard of the Great Depression, and I'm pretty sure that only affected the US. This time I think it's going to involve a lot more countries than just the US, because they are heading for a depression, if not they're all one already. And it's affecting us, New Zealand, it's affecting Australia. We just had a driver quit because he can't afford to run his truck, and he's got two other drivers working for him, and so they're out of work as well because the company, Main Freight, didn't want to come to the party and pay him what he needed in order to survive financially. I mean, they just built some new offices, and they built a big stainless steel ball on the roof that lights up. That must have cost at least 40 grand. But they got no money for the drivers. But they can, as long as they're looking good, it's okay. Screw the drivers. And he's gone. And I'm guessing a few other drivers are going to be going as well because they can't afford to run their business. I'm working for Sammy Sahib, and I'm trying to save as much gas as I can to bring the cost down of running this truck. I mean, I worked on the weekend and put a new floor in the trailer with his help. I told him not to pay me for the day because it was a job that needed to be done, and so I did it. And it's to improve what I do in the truck. It improved my truck. It reduced its weight, so the trailer's about a ton lighter than it usually is because I took the mezzanine floor out and repaired the floor underneath it with Sammy's help, and that's all good. But I told him not to pay me because I knew things are tight for him as well as the driver that quit. Because Sammy's been a great boss, and it's the least I could do for him. Because I wasn't just working for him, I was working for myself to improve my day, improve the way I do things. And I'm not supposed to, but I slam this thing into neutral every time I'm on a downhill. Because the revs go down, I'm using less gas that way. So it doesn't cost as much to fill up at the start of the week. Not supposed to do that, but if I know the road, there's no twists and turns to any great degree, I can bring the running costs of this truck down. Because gravity is free. Diesel is not. So that's what I'm doing for him, to bring down his running costs with his business. But we are in a depression, and it's only going to get worse before it gets better. And I blame the governments of the world. I really do. They are only out for themselves and not the little people. They make promises all over the bloody show, but they never come through with them. And it's disgusting. And they have no honour. And I've said it before, a man without honour is really not a man of any kind of worth at all. And these politicians have no honour. And they lie to your face, tell you half-truths, and take kickbacks from lobbyists who fund their campaigns. And then the politicians look after the lobbyists and their interests and forget about the little guy, which is us. And that's the way it works. That's why I love Donald Trump. Say what you like about him. He's a businessman. He knows how to get things done. And he brings down the costs of getting things done. I mean, he had a new Air Force One plane built, and he got quoted about $30 billion. And he says, no, that's way too much. I want you to build it for half that, or I'm going to go with another contractor. And what did that contractor do? He built it for half that. He tried to scalp the American people and their taxes by overcharging what it cost to build the bloody thing. Donald Trump knew that, and he wasn't prepared to stump up the money to satisfy their greed. He's a businessman. He brings down the costs of things. He gets rid of regulations that stand in the way of new businesses. For every regulation that was created, he was annexing about 5 or 6. Because he realised that they were choking entrepreneurs and people who want to start up a business. And that's why I like him. I forget all the bullshit that they're drumming up against him, is because that's what it is, bullshit. And they're blinded to the truth. Even if you hang it right in front of them, people don't see the truth because they want to believe the lie about Donald Trump. And that's called Trump derangement syndrome, and it's a real thing. It really is. That people with weak minds and inflexible attitudes, with an ego, they're lucky to fit on the planet. It's so goddamn big. They're stubborn. And they just won't entertain another point of view. They won't entertain the idea of looking at the truth because they want to believe the lie. It's pretty sad. And these are the people in charge. And that's horrific. So, get prepared, people. We are in a recession. It's coming up towards Christmas, and I should be delivering a hell of a lot more freight than I am, and all the other drivers as well. And the way it is now, it's just a reflection of the recession that we're in. People just don't have the money to buy stuff. They don't want to risk that money. And as a delivery driver, that's what I'm seeing. So prepare yourselves, people. It's only going to get worse before it gets better. Sorry I don't have any good news today. But I hope you have a really great day, regardless of what's happening around us. I'm going to try to do that very same thing. Catch you on the next one. See ya.